Another way that Spartan is different is we treat our foundations differently. We get a shrink-swell report. So in this area of Virginia, we have a lot of sand and clay. So we hire a company to come out, they test the soil, they tell us whether we can use a standard footing or whether it needs to be larger, deeper, whether we can use the soil to backfill up against the house later. All these things are being decided by an actual engineer. So yes, I can use the code book and I can come up with what I'm supposed to do, but I'm also hiring an engineer just to go a step above, because the foundation is the most important thing in your home. If you have a terrible foundation, your house is going to fall down. So we go a step above, we overbuild slightly, again, not adding a whole lot of money, but normally there's more rebar in the footing, under the footing. We have 1.5-inch drains that we install to try to help the water move in and out about every 8 to 10 feet or so. So these are all things that nobody really thinks about or nobody really looks at, but it makes a huge difference and it helps with the water mitigation throughout the home. And if your foundation isn't settling, you're going to have less drywall cracks. And we're known for hardly any drywall cracks. This part of the build, along with drying it out later after it's framed, are probably the two most significant factors to having less drywall cracks or nail pops.
That's a super powerful idea right there, because drywall cracks are everywhere, especially in new builds. What percentage of builders send out an engineer to do this work versus doing it the other way that you were just mentioning?
In our space, we deal with we build in 4 different counties. So there's one county that mandates you do it all the time. The other 3 counties, 2 of them don't specifically ask for this. And then other county, they have different areas in the county that need it done. And we've just said, we're just going to do it on every build, no matter what. That way we ensure that everything is good to go.
I love that. Why is it so important to test for shrink-swell soil, and what exactly is that?
Shrink-swell soil, in Virginia, we have a lot of red clay, a lot of sand. When it freezes and thaws, that's when the ground heaves and swells, and if you don't have your footing the correct size, if you're not mitigating the water, doing your waterproofing properly, it's going to cause problems. So again, we're having everything tested by the third-party engineer, so it takes it out of our hands. Even when we're in a county or a space that we're allowed to do the calculations, we do the calculations, but we give it to a third-party engineer to say, are we correct? Because again, the last thing that I want to do is just say, hey, I do this all the time, so it's correct. 99 times out of 100, you may be okay, but that one time, it really might bite you in the butt. So there's nothing wrong with getting more people involved and making sure that we are doing things the best way possible.